What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Comfy Stream. I'm your host today, Phil, and we got Kent's Cooking. Apologies, joining us today. PERS is, I believe, like mid-air, 35,000 feet. So I'm going to be doing the hosting today, but we got a special guest, Kentskooking. Say hello, man.
Hey everybody, yeah, happy to be here. It should be fun.
I think your mic at the last minute. Now I can hear your fan.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hi everybody, that's what I said. Glad to be here.
Yeah, guys, full disclosure, me and Kent literally, we've been in kind of like the same circles now for probably years. But this is literally the first time me and him met. Why don't you give myself and the audience a rundown of like who you are, kind of like what gets you excited, etc. What do you do? What do you like to do in the space?
Okay, with AI, yeah, I started with Midjourney. I didn't have any technical background at all. I didn't even know really what was inside my computer. I had a pretty nice computer, though. And then I found Midjourney, and I just went crazy on that. And I started getting kind of bored with it because it's just text and images, and you can take it. You can do some cool stuff. Like I was doing some iterative like animations from images, compiling it in Premiere and stuff like that. But I just got kind of like I hit a wall. I felt like I got bored. And so then I started getting into ComfyUI, and then I found PERS' channel, and he had that. It was that context smashing. Isn't that what it's called? Where animate diff, we have a different colored masks
Oh yeah.
controlling what the video is, and that's what
Mhm.
really blew my mind. I was like, because I spent 5 hours. I wasn't good at Comfy yet. I spent like 5 hours pausing his video and building the workflow, and then once I got that working, then that just like set off my obsessive chain of thought. And so I ended up just for about a year straight just doing Comfy every day for like 12 hours a day or something stupid. It was dumb.
Yeah. Like I feel like we all kind of go through that wave, like I don't even know how exactly I got started, but yeah, very much. I mean, when I started doing this, there was no tutorials. I was literally like ground zero. It was word of mouth or people in a Discord server. No one had kind of formalized. The people using it were like hyper nerds, like no one had formalized like the social aspect of it yet, and it was very much but getting over that hurdle, like I remember just staring at Comfy for like 30 minutes and being like trying to like map it in my head before, you know what I mean? Before I even put anything down. But then, once you kind of get that muscle memory, then you're like, oh, like this goes so deep.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt like I was doing magic because I didn't have any background in computers and stuff like that. So once I got Comfy working and I could actually control it and like do stuff I wanted to do, I felt like a magician, um, or like I don't know, a computer scientist. And every time you debug something, because Comfy was such a mess back then, install some node. I didn't know anything about Python. I'm using the portable, and it was really wild. But then I started trying to learn how to do Blender to do those masks, and I realized, okay, actually, Comfy's not that bad for stuff like
Comparatively to the Blender,
yeah.
yeah,
As far
totally.
as like things you can learn, it's not that bad.
I'm actually going to turn on a light here. I'm like slowly, as it gets darker behind me, it's like slowly making me more and more blurry.
All right, but yeah, and then I went through a phase. Like I got some commercial jobs for music video. I got some like music video gigs and stuff, and then it just turned out that Cling was pretty much the best option for most of
Hmm.
the stuff I wanted to do. And then after a couple of those, I just got obsessed with like Cling and then VO and all of that. And so I took about I don't know, 8 months off of Comfy probably, just focusing on that stuff. And then just recently, I don't even PERS. He posted on X. He posted one of his old deforum videos, and I had remembered greetings from the sky. What's up, PERS? And I had remembered that I had messed with like taking an image and then doing progressive denoise with Flux, with the advanced sampler. I was just thinking, I never figured out how to automate it. I thought maybe I could figure out how to automate this. So I dove back in, and then before I knew it, I have like math nodes everywhere. It's way too much. But I've been there for like 2 weeks now, and I realized that like putting a video in instead of an image allows you to automate it because you're not relying on that final image to start the loop again. So that's what I've been working on for like the last 2 weeks or so, I think.
Yeah, I found this. I'm trying to find it right now. Maybe it's in my GitHub stars. But I found this K sampler, and it's called the feedback K sampler, and it essentially is like the forum all wrapped into a single K sampler. So I'm assuming what it does
Oh, dude.
is, you kind of set. Yeah, I found it. Actually, I did find it right here. Let me share my screen for a second. Brave. Yeah, that's what I want. So
Feedback sampler.
yeah, this is the feedback K sampler, and it does basically like deforum stuff. It's like deforum built right into the K sampler. There was a picture of it. I guess it's not up here anymore, but essentially, it's a K sampler that is it has all of the stuff built in the sense of like your frames, how much denoise per loop, et cetera, and then it just goes. And like I thought that was like such a brilliant idea. Like instead of trying to hijack Comfy, and we all know recursive loops are really hard to do in Comfy, or not as easy as they could appear to be.
Right.
But just coding it right into a K sampler, wholesale. Really solid way to do it. And yeah, so this
What,
is the
what's the
K
name again?
ComfyUI feedback K sampler. I'm going to put it in the chat as well for anyone who wants to know about that. It's a pretty cool one I found recently. Gotta play with it, maybe test it out and make a video on it.
I knew it, dude. When Purse said that it was going to be you hosting, I was like, he's going to have something that's going to solve this problem.
or or just like send you down a different rabbit hole, right? You know what I mean? Like there's like 1,000 ways to skin the cat in Comfy, and it's just like whatever. I don't care how we do it as long as it looks cool or looks good. That's kind of how I go about this.
Right. And I can never tell if it looks good or not. Like I've
Yeah.
looked at it too long, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's like objectively good, like, pixel peeping. You're like, okay, it looks high fidelity, but then subjectively, like artistically, what are you adjusting the camera?
I was like, maybe if I darken the background, I'll be brighter. Okay.
No, you look great. You look
All
great,
right,
man.
cool.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, no shortage of new tools to play with. Um, but yeah, I guess what's your current favorite AI trend going on right now? I mean, there's a lot of different approaches, right? We got all the image stuff. Now we have video into the mix, and all of the like it's almost like classical VFX. You got image to video. Some people are more purist, text to video. You have the whole wand suite. Now we have image editing models: Quen, Flux, Redux, or sorry, Flux Context. I mean,
Dude,
there's
that
there's
that workflow you dropped recently was so cool. I
the
played
ATI
that.
one.
Yeah, that is cool, man. That UI you built for Comfy was really cool. Anyway,
Did
thank
you
you
get
for
to
that.
play with it?
Yeah. I mean, it takes forever on the A6000 to run. Um,
48 gigs.
yeah,
Yeah,
the old one, yeah.
yeah.
So
I think
I haven't. This iteration time's a little slow for me to like really mess with it,
sure.
but it's really impressive. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was an old model, but we never really had the UI to kind of like bring it to its glory of what it could be, right? Like the tool was there, the model was there, um, but yeah,
Okay, you dropped it in the chat. I was just looking for it.
yeah, no problem.
That's what I'm looking for. Feedback sampler.
So PSN said he totally modded my animator. I mean, that's sick. I'm glad you did. How do I DM you? The AT model is crazy good now, but it is 480p. Well, uh, to you, PSN, I would just say shoot me a you can message me on Twitter. You can message me on Discord. My Discord is Machine Delusions. And yeah, just shoot me a message. I'd love to see what you did to it. 100%. I love when people like fork my code, make improvements. Also, guys, if you actually do anything to people's code that is like a benefit, um, try to put in a pull request, put in a PR. There's like no reason why you shouldn't be credited for something that you improved upon in the open source. But Ken, let's get your screen up here. Do you got any demos going on? Let's see what you're cooking.
Let's see what I got here. Screen share. Here we are. All right. It's so hard for me to talk and do ComfyUI at the same time, so this is going to be interesting. Screen one, share. Allow. You can see? Can you see, I mean?
Yep, we're in, baby.
Okay. So, oh, great. I guess I should save
Oh, that's too small. What about this one? Yeah, that's good.
Took me up. Okay, I'm going to run this in the meantime, just so we can see it. But basically what I'm doing, here I have it. I've been using Flux, but I adapted it for SD 1.5 just to see if I could speed it up. Because the Flux iteration time on the 4090 is like 1 minute or like 30 something seconds. And so this gets it down to 10 seconds. It turns out like it's just the ComfyUI is actually loading through whatever my system is what's taking so long. But I have like a video path loaded here. And I guess I should like start with an advanced sampler just to show how I got here. Advanced sampler or high-res fix.
I love seeing how other people use Comfy. It's just totally different, like everyone's got their organizational method,
Yeah, it's a trial by fire because I have not had any organizational method until you develop it out of necessity rather than because you're so good at planning or something like that. Oh wait, I need to stop this from run instant. No, run.
So Nelly said he's been using the 122 low noise along with the ATI model to get better res quality. That's a great idea. I'm interested. Are you running the full ATI model pass and then kind of upscaling with 2.2? Or are you doing like the low, quote unquote, low noise with ATI and then using 2.2 as the upscaler? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious on that one.
Yeah, so I started with I started with like using Flux as a high res fix.
Mm-hmm.
So you just put it in there, and then I've been using the advanced sampler. This is from Inspire.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
so
I could tell
like,
by that noise mode. I haven't seen that in a long time.
yeah, I know it doesn't really change anything, but I just like using the GPU. It's the only justification I have for using this instead of a regular advanced sampler these days. But I'm used to it, so start at step 20, end at step 26, and you end up with quite a nice little just fast upscale.
Mm-hmm.
And so I basically realized that if I just swap it out, or I could use another image. Like, let's just throw this on there. And we up this to 125. And then increase the steps. So if you leave it the same, it's pretty much still a high res fix.
But you're using Redux here, correct?
I'm using Flux Redux, right?
Yeah, make sure to zoom in here for the stream because it is
Oh, my
small.
bad.
Yeah, so you're using Redux, but you're using it on a low denoise, so it is kind of like a guided feedback loop.
Right. So that's what for the high res fix, I'll feed the actual input image that I'm using into the Flux Redux node, like to the clip vision part of it. And that way when I'm sampling, when I'm going from like 20 to 26, it's using that image reference to put, add the clip context and stuff. So it ends up working really well. Because it's the
So,
original image. It gets the structure and everything.
so this is kind of like you getting the sparks going, and then where did it go from here?
Right. So from there, I started using I was like, okay, well, I can just do image to image now with advanced sampling. So I still start at step 20, but then if we up this to like 35, so you're doing like 15 steps instead with a different image instead of the original input image. Now, after 15 steps, we're going to get, this Redux influence as it's denoising that original image.
Oh man, my brain is going. You were like, "Oh, do you have a solution for every 35th step to do something?" And like now I'm like, "Well, I don't, but I could build one." And now I
My,
understand
my
why.
man, you're going to do that.
Now I understand why, for sure.
Yeah, because I will actually let me find it while this is running. So like, and at 15 steps, it's a large change, but still you're not going to see like structurally it's quite similar still. So if you start, like, the thing is it's starting at step 20, so it's a fully denoised at step 20, right? It's a fully denoised image. So you can drop this down to like 15. So it's starting at step 15 instead, and we could drop this to 30. Now 15 steps will have a higher influence. And this, like, honestly, this did not make sense to me for the longest time, the advanced sampler. But now it's just way, way easier to think about it this way. So I'm going to do 20 steps starting at 15, so you should see a pretty dramatic change once it's done. And let me find those original ones. Flux was here. Yeah. Let's see what the basic stuff. Okay. Still not loading. All right. Let's just drop this in here. This is where I had started with it. Try to revisit what's happening here. So I've got my image. This is Redux up here. Sampler.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea here is you start with an image, but then you're reduxing with a different image, and over time, it starts to eventually, with your low denoise, pull towards the target redux image, correct?
Right. Exactly. And so by the end of the run, you end up with a completely different image. Let's see. I think that's probably done by now. Yeah. And so then what I was doing is I would take this image now that I've gotten this new image, and I'd add that in as the input. I'd switch the other picture, and I'd start the cycle over. And then you animate these afterwards, and you end up with, dude, this happens to me every time it's stream. I'm like, I've never seen my computer before, is what it feels like.
It's all good, man. We got time.
Okay. So Yeah, let me just cool off and find this guy real quick. I put it in this, and then I saved it in this, and then
In the meantime, I'm trying to install this feedback K sampler on my MacBook. See if I can't do some feedback SD15 on my machine locally. Be pretty impressive. Because I'm on a MacBook Air right now, and you can't do much. Oh wow, look at that. Sorry, I just jumped back to the stream.
oh, no worries.
Oh yeah, that's trippy.
So this is like the first like video that I got. Let me just loop it. So yeah, that's using a video as input rather than recursively using the same image. And so that's kind of cool because what it gives you is a consistent changing noise pattern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's yeah. So
Right,
it's
but did you lock the seed as
yeah,
well?
yeah, totally. That's a
Okay. So I thought I saw that, right? It gives you that consistency of the lock seed, but the noise pattern underneath truly is changing because, the video is moving.
yeah, every frame
Interesting.
gets you a slightly different one. And since the noise pattern's the same, it gets continuity throughout. And it's
Hmm.
pretty smooth. This obviously has some interpolation added as well. But so that was the first thing that piqued my interest. Because you can go completely like if you pause it at the peak, at one of the peaks, like that doesn't look like if you just saw that image, you wouldn't even see it was a face. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you lose consistency completely of the image itself, but since you had just watched how it started, like you can still get a reminder of what it was. Like your brain connects it. Um,
Yeah, that's such a trip.
so that's basically this has just automated it. So to get the zoom effect, I just had ChatGPT help me with this math. Find this over here.
As you do.
Yeah, well, this is not me. So I've just got some different variables set, and then this creates a triangle wave up and down, um, and then adjusting the image crop as well as you go. So like to keep it centered. Technically you could do whatever crop you want. You could be zooming to the left or right. Um, and the issue with doing infinite zoom is instead of deform where you're refeeding the previous image in, you're running into the issue of like now you've upscaled your original image 700 times, and you get pixelated values that you're starting with your noise. So it's going to look bad on the lower denoise step. So that's why I'm going in and out on everything, is because I can't get that recursive input going. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Oh,
Damn.
my bad.
No. It's one of those things where it's just like you. This is why we are having someone like you on the stream, because I don't use Comfy like this. I am pretty sure most people don't use Comfy like this either.
Well,
Um,
I wouldn't if it had like a easier way to do it. But this
sure.
is just what worked. So because I was doing the progressive denoise, like I was just showing over here, and then I would take that image, put it in, inject noise into it. Because if you don't inject noise, you start losing contrast and stuff. It starts getting all washed out after about 7 cycles. It doesn't look bright anymore. So what fixes that is like a noise injection right here. So I just use noise, or Mix Labs noise image. I mix it with my original input image at like a 0.1, and that's enough. Even when you're feeding in the like previous image, that's enough to keep it fresh, and you don't lose the contrast and brightness of your colors.
Do you run into any burning too, like feedback burning?
Not with video, um, but yeah, you have if you're doing image, whenever you drop it, you drop the other like the output image back in to be used as input. You have to change the seed
Right.
in order to prevent that burn.
Yeah, that
But
makes
as long
sense.
as you like switch the seed every cycle and also inject noise, so there's no burnout, you can keep going forever. Um, Yeah, and you could technically zoom in forever if you were doing image to image, but the issue is this: these iterations take so long on Flux, and every 35 you have to come back and set everything up again. It's like, okay, there's other things in the day. I can't be babysitting this workflow.
I mean, I'm just I don't want to jinx it because I'm setting this up as we speak here, but this feedback case sampler looks pretty promising from what I'm.
My, my man.
But but yeah, I mean, like this is sick. I'm gonna have to play with this method at some point. Um, Probably in my own way. I think like someone like me, I think I will probably build like my own deforum K sampler that's just like strictly all it does is feedback loop within the box kind of thing, but then give me those zoom capabilities.
Oh, sorry, I switched back. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But
Yeah, and see, that's always the question for me is like, because you already have a node pack and you have a system set up for making nodes. And so, like, for me,
right.
I've made nodes for sure, but then I don't sync them to GitHub. And then, so when Comfy updates, I have to like hide them and unstash them and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
dude.
so, see, I don't know what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll vibe code all kinds of tools and stuff, but then, like, at a fundamental level, I'm missing the basic building blocks of like what I should do with this, how to implement it easily so I can refresh things.
Totally. No, I mean, okay, well, number one in the Comfy docs, this goes for everyone who's wanting to make custom nodes. um, in the Comfy docs, there is tons of information on how to create a node pack, how to put it on the registry, because really that's what you really want. When you have your nodes on GitHub, sure, they're backed up, they're check mark pointed, so you can always immutable, right? Your code's immutable. But if you want them on the manager, then you need your nodes in the Comfy registry. And it's super simple to do. They even have a package you can literally like install. Like if anyone's done like npm or pip, right? Those kind of managers. There is one called Comfy and or Comfy CLI, and you can just like Comfy push or Comfy whatever, and you can push your code into the registry. But then that's how you get it on the manager, and that's how you kind of get it like in people's hands, and whatever. The fun part comes from when you have 1, 2, 4, 10 custom nodes built. So Ken, I want to ask you, what do you use to vibe code your custom nodes? what's your
Uh,
what's your flow?
it depends, dude. But like, because now ChatGPT 5 is pretty good, but I mean, I will use Claude for a lot of stuff. And so, it depends. And I've been using like Claude Code and then Codex as well for other things, like making Firebase interfaces for myself too. Because I'll just
Mhm.
build tools for myself, um, like that. That's what I've been doing. Like, and I started just vibe coding in Claude, making Python GUIs just to make my life easier. I can show some of those actually, just so you
Yeah,
get an
py
idea.
GUIs are fun. Py GUIs are great.
I just use TKenter. They look horrible, but it's absolutely useful.
Surprisingly versatile though, for
Yeah, and,
as shitty as they look, but
and really low weight too. I don't know if I could share screen. This is going to be
so
super small.
for what was I going to say? So if I'm assuming you are doing like the old school copy paste, let GPT write some code, copy it, paste it in, save the file,
Well,
test the
not
file.
anymore. Now that I figured out how to use Claude Code and Codex, I just write within
Okay,
the terminal. Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so you're using Claude Code and Codex. So I mean, if you already have a few nodes set up, the beautiful part is you essentially have a template now to show Claude Code or Codex how to make more nodes, right?
Right.
Um, and so that's when you put Claude inside of your project, like inside of your custom node pack. Right now, Claude only sees your custom nodes, but you can do some crazy stuff. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go full experimental mode, and I'm gonna have to like monkey patch comfy, or I'm gonna have to like really do some stuff that's like completely outside of the scope of just, you know, my node pack. And so what I'll do is I'll go to the top level. I'll open up Claude in the root of my comfy environment. And what that'll allow me to do is I can start poking around and asking questions like, "Hey Claude, how is Quen edit implemented? Can you show me where that code is?" And it'll go and find it and whatever, and I can go poke through that code and whatever, and I can ask questions and whatever. And then once I've kind of like built up my own mental model of number one, how Comfy and the Comfy org team has implemented some sort of thing that I'm asking about, then I'll say, "Hey Claude, now let's make a custom node pack. Here's the custom node folder, you already know," kind of thing. And I want to utilize what we've just learned, and I want you to make a node with it, kind of thing. Or sometimes I like point Claude at someone else's node pack, and I'm like, "How did they do that?" And I'll learn, like, literally point Claude at my node pack and be like, "How did he do this? Like, how did I change the color? How did I make a UI?" Like, and get Claude to understand what I did, or whoever, and then say, "Okay, Claude, now build something new." Now that we've learned, that you have like a ground truth source of example, go do something original, kind of thing.
Yeah, and like I haven't actually messed with that since I've started using Cloud Code or Codex. Um, Before, and I was doing like I would do notepad. I did pretty complex node packs where I'd be like saving the image tensor separately and the noise pattern so I could
You would
reproduce like.
you would bounce them to disk, like you would save them, kind
I
of
mean,
thing.
yeah, it would save it as an image and output, or as like a tensor and output, and then
Or
I
like the
could feed
brown
that back
noise,
in.
right?
It's like, yeah, it's the brown noise, right? Plus the image, the extra noise from the K sampler as well, because there's something extra going there. It's
Oh,
not just a seed noise, you know what I mean? It's not
right,
just
right,
that.
right.
And then I was like, I get these side projects, dude. So I was like, I want to be able to reproduce the third image as the first image out of a batch of three or a batch of four. I want to be able to select that one with a seed, and it has to like stochastically go in and get the other seed, the second seed that's produced to make the third image. And so like I do weird projects like that, like not super useful for anybody, but it did give me a good understanding of, or a better understanding, some grasp of how it's working on the back end. And then
Yeah,
adding JavaScript in there with that copy paste method that was a nightmare, man. So
yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm actually excited. I'm glad you said that because that'll probably now with everything that I've actually learned for the last year, like I could actually probably make my life a lot easier with that.
Yeah, with vibe coding, you quickly realize, like, first you get like in the weeds, and you're like, "I'm gonna make this thing," and then you quickly realize you're like, "Oh, I need to make things to make things." You need to be like, you start to like go up the tech stack of layers. Some people go down and they're like, machine code. They're like bare metal coding. Like, I'm gonna write an operating system, kind of thing. Other people kind of like keep abstracting stuff away, going the other direction.
Yeah. Well, it's fascinating to be able to do this. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
without hiring a programmer. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Ken, I want to see some of your favorite pieces.
Whew, memory lane. Okay, man, let's do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, let me
Because
find it.
we're all busy people. We don't always have time. It's a hard thing, right? Like we want to support our friends, but like consciously we don't want to like doom scroll on social, but like that's kind of where our friends post their stuff. You know what I mean? It's like this
Well, dude,
weird
when
psychological thing.
dude, when Sora 2 came out,
Oh
okay, it
god.
ruined it, bro. Because like it does all the work. That's why I don't even use it because it's not fun for me because I haven't found a way to make it hard yet. So it's like
Mm,
I'm like this text prompt creates an entire edited video, and I'm like, okay, this is consumption. This isn't creation anymore for me personally. I know
right.
it's not like that for everybody, and so I'm just like, I can't. And then because it's so easy, like it's hard to get through the whole feed these days. You know, got to remember to go look at the people that you want to see.
Right. Yeah. It's like social. It's funny. Social media started off as like you followed your friends, you followed the people you knew,
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
now it is anything but.
So I mean,
When you're ready
I
to share up your screen as well.
oh yeah, I should. I think I'm sharing, right?
I don't know. Pixel Pusher is like feeding in. He's like, yeah, it's so boring. I don't buy it, dude. I've seen the stuff you've made with my face. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
His
that's it's fun. I'm not
his
saying it's
follow up
not
message,
fun.
unless it's using fill or purrs. God damn it. It's very fun. It's very fun at all of your friends' expense.
Oh wait, I can't show that. My bad,
Yeah, don't show anything saucy.
dude. I didn't know.
Purrs is gonna be really upset.
Yeah, I know. I think like I'm afraid that that may have flashed. Was my screen being shared?
No,
Oh, thank God. Seriously?
yeah,
Oh wow. All right, cool.
you're not sharing right now,
I swear I am.
are you?
But do you not have me selected as sharing?
Nope.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'll stop sharing. Start sharing. Screen one. Allow. Okay, and then I can open things over there.
Perfect. Now I gotcha.
Oh
Whoa, there we
yeah.
are. Look at that.
Go back to complete.
Oh,
So yeah, I don't know. Do I have a collection of my work somewhere? Let's see here, output. Oh, I guess like this. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I got it. Figured it out. Figured it out. I'm in the wrong folder here.
so it's feedback running right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because it takes so long, I just let it run in the background. Because
Totally.
I have two GPUs, so
You know, a part of me, a part of me kind of wishes we had temporal consistency in this kind of style of creation, video
right.
creation.
Well, do you know what though? Isn't there that there's that video model that goes image by image?
So, yeah, there's excuse me, auto regressive video models that they're not truly like one image by one image usually. They're usually like four, like three or four at a time. But still, that's kind of the vibe. It's continuously looking backwards to like, you know, inject forwards basically.
Because I feel like is like something like that could work, right? Because it's like a multimodal model. That's also
Whoa, these are trippy, dude.
yeah. So I like this is one of my favorite videos. It got removed from Instagram and then I got it back up somehow. Um, but yeah, so this is where I go with like this is actually Runway Gen 4 for the most part. It's like mid journey images and Runway Gen 4 and then just edited. Actually, this music's AI, so I can actually turn it on. I don't know if you can.
No, we're not sharing with audio, but that's okay.
Okay, cool.
It can
No
be
worries.
quite jarring for people. But yeah, this is crazy, man. This looks so insane.
Yeah, so that's like the kind of stuff that I really like to do. Um, get rid of it now. And then I really enjoyed making loops too.
Yeah, I'm a big loop fan. I know there's some people in the chat here that love loops. Yeah, Yeah, big fan of loops. Anime diff 5 ever, dude.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, I was like, it's interesting because you can make like an image that's just like an animated looping image. It's almost like you'd imagine it in a picture frame, you know?
I wanted a digital picture frame for my house just to like have my own art and my friend's art. Basically just like a sideways TV.
That would be cool. Should work.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I just like enjoy being able to just kind of keep going into a world and making a world, you know? Um, yeah. So these are some of my favorite recent ones. Before this, I was just all ComfyUI stuff.
Another animal said, "It's funny to me to think how few people use AI. It is an amazing tool to have in any toolkit." Yeah, and I mean I totally agree. Um, it's it just allows you to achieve your ideas quickly, and if even if it's not this is crazy, by the way. Again, this is insane. Even if it's not your final destination, like AI can help you realize or refine the idea. Like it does surprise me too. We are quite literally in a bubble here. Now I'm getting like disco diffusion vibes on these ones.
That's STXL anime div, actually.
Okay, that makes sense. That weird deformed face.
Yeah. And this is much older stuff. It must be a year ago now. I would
Yeah,
assume.
but I mean, it still holds up, right? Like these are things. These are quite literally videos that will be like lost to time. So we think of them as like older stuff, but in a world where like we perfected realism, this stuff is going to stand out. You know,
Yeah, I'm just waiting for people to finally forget that it existed.
it's coming, man. I'd give it like one more year and like a different like the next wave of AI creative that gets like pulled in. Because that's really what's happening here, right? Is like something goes like Nano Banana went viral. All my friends at home who knew nothing about AI were like, "Where can I play with it?" They were like DMing me, and then Sora went viral, and that like pulled in a new wave of AI creative. So a few more waves of fresh blood coming in, and people are gonna forget about how we even got here in the first place. This one is ridiculous, by the way. What is going on with this one,
I
dude?
think that's what I've like figured out that you could do noise injection with animate diff
Yeah, this was
SD15.
did Pers? No, who did the noise injection tutorial? Someone did that one. Someone we know.
Noise injection tutorial. I think it was
No, I think
MJ Midterm.
yeah, MJ did it. Yeah, he did the noise injection and tutorial. Yeah, it's so trippy, man.
Yeah, because I was playing. I was just, that's a, dude. I used to just in ComfyUI, I would just pull it out. Where is animate diff? The loader. Where's the old original?
Anything that's deprecated won't show in this thing. It's a setting you have to toggle on within Comfy to get
Well, here,
deprecated
here it
nodes to
is.
show.
Yeah, that's why I was just trying to get the normal one to pop up. So I would just
That,
like pull out like, okay, yeah, these are all the loops and stuff you can do, and then motion lore obviously, and then AD settings, and then you have all of this. And I'm like, what's this stuff? I'm like, oh, okay. And then what does that do? Like,
Kosen just loves to chain and chain and chain.
yeah, and then but it's like effect multiple, and then I realized like, oh, this is motion.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's motion. This is like strength of the model, and I was playing with all of this, and then there's sample settings. I think is where then you get further options. And I'm like, dude, what is this? An image inject, and then spent 2 days figuring that out, and then you. And then you change the float values based on a schedule. You can do some really cool stuff. Oh, that was so fun, man.
Yeah, and exactly what he just demonstrated right there, everyone in the chat and then everyone watching. Um, the Kent, just like drag a node, drag a connection, and drop it into the ether. Exactly this right here is such a good way to just not only quickly use ComfyUI, but just explore. Like, what connects to previous image inject? I have no idea. What would you even search to find that?
Right, and
You
you
know,
don't have documentation on a lot of this stuff
almost
because
all of it.
because I understand why. Because like making a node pack, I'm sure you're just like, oh yeah, let me try to do this for like maybe something you wanted to do, and you just forget to do documentation, and then it's just in there. Is that how it happens? Just
I
so
mean,
much work to document everything.
like for me, I didn't have docs on my nodes for like literally 2 years,
Oh,
and
of
then
course.
I finally made some docs. But you know when the docs really became useful, when I started pointing Claude at it. Then I'm like, hey Claude, read the docs. So it's like nowadays the docs are more for AI than they are for humans, or they're more
Oh,
useful
that's
for
true.
AI.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like even without docs, I still point Claude at the thing. I'm like, what is this code? Tell me.
Well, I will do that. Like especially like with when I'm using ChatGPT to make these formulas, I'll drop in the essentials math notes code just so it knows what's available, or else it'll give me all kinds of math that's not even available in it.
Yeah, totally. I'm just gonna try to find a setting here because I think everyone. Yes, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen as well. Cool. Yeah, so real quick, John said he didn't even know it was possible to just drag a string into the ether and connect nodes. Now this is like I want to touch on this for a minute because it's so incredibly powerful. It's one of my favorite things that Comfy does because it really, as a power user, allows me to number one explore, but number two just quickly build stuff when I know what I'm doing. And so here we have, here we have a basic workflow. I have like the feedback case sampler. Haven't tested it yet, but so we know we can always click and drag. Now, like if you notice how large my list is, I clicked and dragged the clip and I let go, and I get this huge list. For anyone who wants that big of a list, Kent, I believe your list is probably way smaller than mine.
Yeah, I
Um,
just do 7.
yeah, exactly. And so for anyone who doesn't know, you can go under the drop down here on the logo, go to settings, under comfy, scroll down, and right here, node search box, number of suggestions, and bump this up. So if I bump this down to 1 and just leave it at 1, and then I click and drag this, I only get one option here, right? But come back over here and number of suggestions, I just crank it, honestly. And now when I click and drag, I get a ton of options here.
Pretty
And
much everything.
all of these things connect to clip. I don't have to worry, or I can explore knowing that everything I select on this list instantly connects to uh, the clip like line data type, basically. And so
Yeah.
it's a really, really fun way to build and explore because I can be like, okay, I want a checkpoint, and then what else do I need? Well, I need a K sampler, and then I need a text encode, and then I'm just going to duplicate that, and then well, what else do I need? Well, I need a VE encode, and then I need a load image model, or sorry, load image, and then I'm going to connect it, and then I need a decode, and I need a save or a save image. And it's like within quite literally 20 seconds, I just built like the basic comfy workflow, and I never had to search for a single node because I was just whipping around the canvas using the like recommended node based on that data type when I let go. And so, yeah, I just wanted to jump into that really quick because it's such a powerful thing for you guys to do. Kent, you're back on the stream. Yeah, yeah, it's such a powerful thing for you guys to do, and to practice because it really does speed up your creative process. This is nuts.
Yeah, so this is just progress from, I don't know, what step am I on even here?
So the denoise is going up and then coming down. You can clearly see that, right?
Right.
Per as it's moving through time, it's like denoising harder and then less.
So what I control that with is the cycle length. So I have it set to 50. So within 50 steps, it's going to raise and drop to the max steps there. So it's like
Okay.
going to do at 25 steps, it's doing 20. At 25 global time, it's going to be doing 20 steps. And then at 50 global time, it's going to be doing the minimum number of steps, which I control elsewhere. So like, but yeah, where are we at now? It's already over 648, so we got a full video already. Or wait, no, I'm tripping. It gets a little confusing. 317, so we're halfway through the 600 frame video. Which is this.
How long does something like this usually take? What res are you even running at?
That's low, dude. It's at half a megapixel, so like 512 by 512 equivalent for
Oh,
SD15.
wow.
So this takes about 10 seconds per iteration. Let me just pull up my. Let me pull this in here. So it's 20 seconds almost with 15 steps. And that's like you can see the steps are done instantly. So it's just the amount of time it takes to reload the workflow. You know?
Someone's asking if the workflow is available somewhere. Is this something that you're going to?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely share
up?
this. I'll post on like Instagram and X both when I share it. I just want to kind of work some kinks out, make it a little bit easier for
Totally.
people to play with before I share it. Just so it's, I mean, I could share it in its current form. If someone wanted to just DM or something, I'll share the JSON. I don't care. But yeah, I'm happy to share this. See what other people do with it, you know, because I'm limited by my own imagination and I tend to get stuck in the minutia.
Another animal asked, what card is it running off of?
That's the 4090 right now. So let's see. This is SD15, so I'm assuming VRAM's going to be super small. Let's just pull this in. Oops. Of course, I messed up.
Yeah, you know what, guys? That's the beautiful thing about this kind of a workflow is you're only ever running a single frame at a time. So if your computer can run whatever 1280, 720p, Flux, SEXL, whatever model, Quen, you could do this workflow, right? Because we're not utilizing video models here. We're using image models recursively.
Right. So, like, even with Flux, I mean, it takes as much as Flux takes. So,
Yeah, exactly.
this is SD15. You're like
No, you're just ripping.
5 GB, 6 GB, maybe
Yeah, that's
of
amazing.
VRAM. For me, for Flux on the 4090, it takes about 21 to 22 gigs. When I'm
I
using the
just
full model.
I just posted your Twitter in the chat for anyone who wants to follow along. I'm assuming, Kent, you're going to post it there once you clean it up.
Once I clean it up, I'll post it there, and I'll post it on Instagram as well. It's the same name
Nice.
as Instagram, but yeah, yeah, because it'll be cool to see what other people do with it if they're if they're interested. That's why I always worry about these kinds of workflows. They're so niche that there's going to be like not that many people who want to play. Even but I could be just wrong about that. I don't know.
I mean, people love the deforum look. It's one of a kind and it's really fun. Um, Pixel Pusher just DM'd me a GIF that he's been playing with the feedback sampler, and it looks super sick. So guys, definitely check out that feedback K sampler that I had posted or showed in the earlier minutes of the stream. Again, I'm going to show that right there. ComfyUI feedback K sampler. It is in the manager. Kent, definitely play with this too. It looks super sick and totally up your alley.
Oh, I'm gonna
Uh,
be playing with it. I'm so glad you just had that in your list, man.
it was literally, I haven't even touched it yet. You know, it was like literally, I just have a running list of things I need to try because there's too much stuff. There is way too much stuff.
I agree. Too much stuff.
But that is really the long and the short of it. Kent, we're gonna wind it down here. Thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. Hopefully, some of that made some sense here.
No, totally. I think you inspired a lot of people. I mean, you've inspired me for sure. Um, any closing remarks before we shut her down?
You know, comfy is just like just play. You know, it's so fun. Just experiment. That's what I like to do is finding the stuff that there's no documentation on and then figuring it out. I get some sort of like sick satisfaction from it.
Yeah, and I mean, you can drop down your stream, by the way. There is there's no excuses anymore because of the power of LLMs. If you guys don't know how to do something fully, throw the code in and just ask. Use GPT deep research. The Comfy docs are pretty strong, but yeah, I mean that's why we love Comfy. It's just a black box of experimentation, and you really can build the tool that you want to use and share it. A lot of people would probably want to use it too, so that's really cool. Kent, thanks so much for being on, and guys, as always, damn, I thought we were gonna like be all trippy like that.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what to tell you.
As always, guys, drive safe. Pers and I were going to be back on Friday with Visual Frisian, and he's going to walk us through some audio synced craziness. And yeah, definitely don't want to miss that one. Keep an eye on the socials. I think we cut together the cloud submission for the Comfy Challenge. A lot of really cool submissions in there. I saw Chris Syntax Diffusion throw together the slap comp, and it looks really dope, so don't miss that. And yeah, thanks so much, and we will see you guys